Three, two, one, pickles. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Razor from RazorTube coming at you with some Rust Council pre-order beta release date and time, with a little bit of more news today. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys drop those subs, follows, and likes. And what are we going to talk about today? Well, we'll get into that, and that's what I did the promo video for this video earlier today, to let you know when I was doing it, to talk about the Rust Council Edition pre-order beta for the Xbox, the PlayStation 4, the Xbox Series X, and the PlayStation 5. I'm Razor, and I'd welcome you to my channel. And let's talk about the pre-order beta and what happened on Double 11's side, and at least what I think happened, and why the pre-order beta isn't out right now. Let's talk about it. All right, so as we know, we've been waiting for the pre-order beta because we all paid for the game, right? And the closed limited beta people had already played it for a few weeks. They got an extension on it and whatnot. So let me just talk about this ahead of time. Full disclosure, Double 11's not paying me to say this. Second off, I love Rust, and I want to see it do good. And I want the future of Rust on console to be the best it can be, with the awesome developers Double 11 backing it up and porting it over to the consoles, PlayStation and Xbox. So, why did Double 11 not release the pre-order beta right now? So, in this video, I'm going to explain why, and I'm going to give you my predicted date and when I think it's going to drop. Alright, so I made a timeline for you all. This is my limited beta and pre-order beta timeline. Okay? So, the limited beta that was NDA that recently ended April 5th started the beginning of March. A lot of people got incorporated into it. Double 11 basically said, hey, here's our game. If you signed up for it before February 22nd, you can play this if we end up picking you out of a pot of people, and we need your feedback on our game. So, with the limited beta in place in March, and let's just say white, all of the white is March, we got to play and take part in a closed beta for the Rust Council Edition, and it was awesome. Okay, that's all I can say because it's NDA, right? So, after the NDA got up to the point where it was going to end April 5th, all of a sudden the devs basically said, hey, we're going to extend this for a little bit more. They wanted to do a variety of tests, probably on their back end with their network and servers, because remember, their servers are going to be in-house, meaning they're going to be maintaining the connection between you and the game itself, right? And other players in-house at Double 11 Studios. So that's a big task to handle all on its own, right? You got people all over the world, you're trying to connect them, and you're like, okay, well, that's fine, right? And they were trying to optimize the Rust Council Edition for when it comes out in full release and for pre-order beta, okay? So just take that in consideration, that there's going to be a variety of events that I discuss that have probably happened behind scenes that we don't know of, that I'm guessing has to do with the hindering pre-order beta date and when it's going to drop, okay? Anyways, back to it. So April 5th, the limited beta was supposed to end. It didn't end there. April 12th was the new extension date and when it ends for the limited beta that was NDA. So, while that's going on, Double 11 is basically talking to Sony and Microsoft saying, hey, April 20th, we're going to drop the pre-order beta, yada, 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 whatever business was going on there. It was communicated clearly to the platforms, Microsoft and PlayStation. Well, was it? I don't know. So, anyways, we go from April 5th to the 12th, and we're like, okay, we're jamming on the limited beta, and then all of a sudden, the limited beta ends. And we're like, okay, well, let's just say, you know, they're going to fix it up. They're going to, right after that, a bunch of people decided to go out and buy Deluxe and, you know, the Ultimate Edition of Rust just to get access to the pre-order beta, which is stated on the rust.double11.com. When you go under the tabs of PlayStation and Xbox, if you purchase this game, actually, you know what? Let me just bring it up. If you purchase this game at the Deluxe and Ultimate Edition, you get 3 days early access and pre-order beta access, right? That's told to us. We pay for the game, we get access to the beta. Well, Double 11 intended for that to happen. But a lot of people think that, okay, since a picture got leaked that said April 20th on Xbox and PlayStation, that was the intended date. So everybody got, hyped up, and they're like, oh, we see all these pictures, we know it's supposed to be out then. Why isn't Double 11 talking? This is why. First off, this says the pre-order beta access starting some point in April 2021. It never said mid-April. I know a lot of you have said mid-April. I'm not being harsh with you, but it says starting some point in April 2021. They didn't disclose when the date was, first off. Second off, the communication between Double 11 and the console platforms was probably concise and clear. The problem was, and this is when I think Double 11 ran into a little bit of an issue, which is no fault of their own, is they're optimizing a limited beta and then trying to bring out a pre-order beta for the paying consumers. But what happened? There was a big gap in time there. We see these pictures that say April 20th on both consoles. Well, let's just say, and I'm not blaming anybody, I think that Microsoft and PlayStation dropped the ball a little bit because they might have discussed it was going to come out April 20th with Double 11, right? So they released the picture and like the link, whatever it was on there. I didn't take a look at it because I was like, nah, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. But that said April 20th. So the reason why this is all like discombobulated is because I think what happened was since Double 11 extended their limited beta to the 12th, that took up the week of the 20th to come out, right? So between the 12th and the 20th, I think that extension that had happened was the extra week they needed to optimize the pre-order beta to release it on the 20th, which they had previously discussed with the console platforms. So I think that is what's going on here. Is it any fault of Double 11 because they have to fix their game and they don't want to disclose any information up to this point because so many rumors are going around, so much negativity are going around. They're trying to bring a game out that they want to bring to the consumer that would love to play it for an extended period of time, for years to come. It's Rust, right? It's been out since 2013. They don't want to make a bad name for it. They're trying to optimize it. And I said it before, but since I think they took up that extra time between the 12th and the 5th here to be like, oh, hey, we're going to optimize this a little bit more and check out our back-end networks to see if it can handle the influx of players coming into Rust, that it got lost in communication between Double 11 and Microsoft when they were going to release the April 20th date. Or the pre-order beta, rather, not the 20th date. Forget that. But I think the communication got lost somewhere between the console platforms and Double 11 Studios. Now, do mind that sometimes you have to go through a certification process, well, all the time, actually, between the console platforms and your studio that you work for when you're releasing a game. So there's a lot of issues that could have happened between the 12th and the 20th for Double 11 not to be able to release the pre-order beta exactly on the 20th. So those are things to take in consideration because when you think about it, you're a developer, you go through your limited beta, you extend it for a week, you've already made a date with the console platforms, you forget or there's a loss of communication between the console platforms and the studio saying, hey, you know what, we're going to come out with it on the 20th, so be ready. So Microsoft and PlayStation fired it off into the internet ether, and with, probably not knowing. And then Double 11 is stuck with this looming rumor and all this negativity, how they're not producing and giving the customers what they want, which is the pre-order beta. Now, don't get me wrong, the 20th was definitely feasible, but I think with the extension of the limited beta, Double 11 was really trying hard to optimize the game and make sure their backend and networking and servers were working properly to definitely handle the influx of players that are coming to Rust. So it's a big population, man, between Microsoft and PlayStation. That's a huge task to handle. Anyways, now, with all that being said, I think there's going to be a new date. And what I think that's going to be, and I'll tell you right now, is since we got the extension for the limited beta, I think now what we're looking at, guys, is a new date for the pre-order beta. And I'm just guessing, and this is all speculation, but I think we're going to see it come out on April 27th. Okay? The reason why is I think they're going to take the extra week that they lost from extending the limited beta and put it into this week and basically get everything nice and tightened up so us players can play the Rust Council Edition pre-order beta. I know there's been a lot of criticism out there and a lot of negativity floating around, but I'm here to squash that and let you know that all this information on this timeline is pertinent to the release of pre-order beta. It's not because they didn't want to. They obviously want to give us this game so we could just go hog wild on it. But it takes time to develop. It takes time to do these things. Are they money grabbing? No, they're not. They're just trying to give you the best open world survival game of all time to possibly come out for for Xbox and PlayStation. So don't be too critical when it comes to that, because do remember that the deluxe version of Rust is the standard typical price of a regular game. And any regular game that you pre-order, it typically gives you the beta for it anyways. But the only argument that I could truly see is that maybe the closed beta people got to play a little bit more than the pre-order beta. But still, you get the full game clearly at the end of May, and it's only a month away from now. So I hope this information was useful for you. I hope this explains why Double 11 might have dropped the ball a little bit for the release date on April 20th. But do remember, they never confirmed or denied that that was the actual date. So can we be that critical of them? You answer me in the comments below. I don't think so. I still support them 110%. And I will wait for this game to come out. When it comes out, I will represent Rust in the fashion it should be. And that's going out, clapping some cheeks, and just playing the game. Not for 12 hours and telling you something and being like, oh yeah, I know what I'm talking about. No. For thousands of hours I've played this game, and I put a lot of trust in these developers to get this done the proper way, and they are legitimate. Anyways, with that being said, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm part of the Boyfriend Squad. The other members are Jade Monkey and BioLaser. And drop us a sub and a like. And we want to welcome you to the Rust community for the Rust Council edition coming soon. And for the pre-order beta when I clap your cheeks all night long. Anyways, that's it for me. I hope to see you and talk to you guys in the next stream. I'm recording this this morning, so I'll probably be streaming tonight. So I'll see you then. Alright, I hope this was useful for you. I truly do. And thanks for watching again.